Hey guys, Ashley French here, and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to install a custom closet system that is so easy, even a beginner DIYer can install it, and the best part, it's super affordable. I want to thank Lowe's for sponsoring this project today. Everything I'm going to be using in this closet, I did get from Lowe's, so let's get started. Here are what our bedroom closets look like. They are both 77 inches wide, but were not functional and did not utilize the vertical space that we had. So I recently installed this closet system on my side of the closet, which gave me more shelf space and clothes hanging space. And today I'm going to tackle my husband's side of the closet, and we'll be doing a slightly different design on his side. So the cool part about this closet system from Lowe's is that it comes in two different configurations. One that is designed for closets with a width of 4 feet up to 9 feet wide, and the other option works for closets with a width of 5 feet up to 10 feet wide. The main difference between the two systems are that the smaller option has shelves that are 17 inches wide, and the larger closet system option has shelves that are 25 inches wide. Since both of our closets are roughly 6.5 feet wide, either closet system would have worked for us. I used the smaller system on my side of the closet because I wanted more hanging space and I didn't need the wider shelves, but today we will be installing the larger option into my husband's side of the closet. Now the first step here was removing the existing shelves and hanging rods, which I did using my hammer and my drill to remove the screws attaching the shelf to the wall. I also used a utility knife and my hammer to remove just the back baseboard in here, since we will want the new closet system to sit flush against the wall when we go to install it. Once everything was out, I filled the screw holes in the wall with a little spackle, added some touch-up paint on the back wall where the old shelf had been, and then just did a quick cleanup. I decided to assemble the closet system in my garage so I would have a little more room to work. I flattened out the cardboard box to use as my work surface, laid out all the pieces in the box, and then gathered the tools I would need to assemble everything. This closet system only requires a screwdriver and a hammer to assemble it, making it so beginner friendly. The directions that came with it were very detailed and made the assembly process so easy. I've put together a lot of furniture and shelves in my life, and I have to say that this was definitely one of the easiest things I have ever built. With the two shelving systems built, I carried them into the bedroom along with the assembly directions and the remaining pieces for the closet. Now in theory, you would want to center the shelves onto the back wall of the closet, but since the shelving system is getting screwed into the back wall, I wanted to mark out where my studs were in the wall and see if I could line up at least one side of the shelf with a stud so that some of the mounting brackets would be screwed into the studs, making the shelving system even more secure. The great thing about this shelving system is that it is not required that the mounting brackets go into the studs, and the system does come with enough drywall anchors for all of the mounting brackets. So if you prefer to keep your shelving system centered in the closet, or if hitting a stud just isn't possible, no worries at all. You will use the drywall anchors with each of your screws that are going into the wall. With my shelf in place, I did check to see if it was level, and it was not. So I loosened the feet at the bottom of the shelf by unscrewing them slightly, which moved the front of the shelf a bit higher, making the shelving system level. You can play around with adjusting the feet on the shelf until your shelf is level. I started with the mounting bracket that lined up with my stud in the wall, and I simply screwed that screw into place. For the second bracket that was not lined up with a stud, I marked the wall using a pencil for where the bracket would go. Then I used my drill with a 1/4 inch drill bit and drilled a hole into the drywall. I pushed the drywall anchor into the hole and gently tapped it into place with my hammer, making sure the lip of the drywall anchor was flush with the wall. Then I got my bracket in place, secured the screw to the wall, and then the small screw into the side of the shelf. Then I lifted the top shelf into place, and I continued installing those two brackets the same way I did the brackets on the bottom shelf. With the shelving unit installed, it was now time to install the hanging rods. The directions that come with the closet system show the brackets being installed all the way at the top of the shelf, just under this lip, about 1/4 of an inch in from the edge of the shelf, which puts the center of the bracket about 13 inches away from the back wall. Before I started, I did go ahead and mark the studs on the sidewall to get an idea of where they were located and to see if by chance the brackets for the hanging rod might line up with the location of the studs. I knew that the rod bracket that would be installed on this sidewall also needed to be at 13 inches. I got very lucky because my studs ended up being right around 13 inches, meaning I could screw into them. But if there had not been a stud there, I would still install my mounting brackets in the same place using the drywall anchors. Using my level, I adjusted the rod until I could see that it was perfectly level, measuring again to make sure that the bracket was still 13 inches from the back wall, and then I attached the bracket with the included screws. Then I just moved on using the same method to install the lower rod and the rod on the top of the right side of the closet. It is up to you which side you install the lower rod on, but for this closet, I decided to install the lower rod on the left side of the shelf system because the left side was slightly wider than the right side. Now the hanging rod on the right side ended up being too long to fit in my space. I needed to cut the rod down to 21.5 inches. Since this rod has an inner rod and an outer rod, I just cut them both down to 20 inches using my miter saw, and that allowed me to pull the inner rod out as needed to get to my 21.5 inch length. At this point, the closet system was done, but I wanted to add 2 drawers. Lowe's had drawers, shoe organizers, and extra shelves that were designed to go with this closet system to make it even more functional. The directions that came with the drawers were super easy to follow, and I was able to quickly mount the 2 drawers into place, and then the last step was to install the adjustable shelves. I also cut down the baseboards that I had removed earlier using my miter saw, and I reinstalled them to give the closet a finished look. So just a reminder, this is the closet we started with, and this is the closet today with the new shelving installed. It is way more functional now. The new closet system allowed us to take advantage of more vertical space, both with the shelving and the hanging rods. This is the same amount of clothing that was in here before, but the new shelving and layout actually gave us more storage, and the closet doesn't look or feel overcrowded like it did before. I want to remind you that this closet system and everything I used in this video is linked on my Lowe's storefront and in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and thanks again to Lowe's for sponsoring this project. Be sure to subscribe for my next beginner-friendly DIY project.